Let's look at the next set of questions based on fill in the blanks. Now from question 20 to 29, all you have to do is identify which option is most suitable for the given sentence. Let's look at question number 20. We are trying to dash the correct information and dispel wrong information that is being circulated. Now the sentence clearly explains that we are trying to pass on information. For the identity of correct information, it has to be passed on so that wrong information can be dispelled. Therefore, the correct answer is disseminate. Disseminate refers to passing on information. So, we can easily say that the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's look at the next question. Question number 21 says, when we decided to move, my mother wanted a place with a dash outside every window to keep potted plants. Now what can we have outside window? We can have a raised extended platform. Balcony cannot be placed outside window. Therefore, the correct answer becomes ledge. Ledge refers to an extended platform outside any given wall or a window. Let's look at the next fill in the blank question. Question number 22 says, while Dinesh can never acquire boyish innocence, he has dash and seems to know that an entire nation's sporting image stands on the team's sportsmanship. So now we have a clue that he cannot acquire a boyish image. Therefore, we need a similar word that refers to that what he has now done is to soften himself down so that he can keep the reputation of sportsmanship. To soften oneself is called to mellow down, and therefore the correct answer is option number 1. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at question number 23. The construction of identity for both men and women is dashed by culture, nationality, class and historical differences. Now these are the factors that refer to creation of one's identity. So what can influence these factors is the verb that is required in the sentence. The construction is influenced by these factors. Therefore, the correct answer becomes option number 3. Let's look at the next question. Let's look at question number 24. While we believe that BMI is a standard in measuring the fat in our body, there is a growing dash among scientists that it may not be the best tool to do so. So what we require from the sentence is a growing concern or a growing agreement among scientists that it is not the best tool to do so. So now which option talks about a growing concern? Neither of them. But we have an option that talks about growing agreement, which is consensus. Therefore, the correct answer is option number 2, consensus. Let's look at the next question. Question number 25 says, under the new rule, the civic body can take dash action against the violators by imposing a fine. Now what can cause one to impose a fine? Something that is punishable. Punishable has to be an offense. There is only one option that gives us the idea of punishing, which is punitive. Therefore, the correct answer becomes option number 1, punitive. Moving on, let's look at the next question. Question number 26 says, the Supreme Court has cautioned High Courts against reversing the acquittal of an accused by the trial court unless the judgment was dash wrong. So now, why would Supreme Court order against reversal? If the judgment is not strongly wrong, you can't reverse the order. From the 4 options, you have one option that gives the idea of strongly wrong, and that is palpably. Palpably refers to essentially, strongly, factually wrong, and therefore the correct answer becomes option 3. Let's look at the next question. Question number 27 says, from the rim of the excavation site, the archaeologist was able to surmise exactly what the dash chamber might hold. Now, what can the archaeologist identify from the rim? What lies beneath? Now, we have an option beneath, but the problem is beneath chamber cannot be an adjective. Therefore, we are left with ground level chamber. Since rim is the opposite, answer becomes option number 3, ground level chamber. Let's look at the next question. Question number 28 says, the heat was becoming unbearable as the temperature was rising. Dash, the rains had been delayed. Since there is a continuation of the same idea, we have a conjunction moreover which adds to the previous idea. Therefore, the correct answer becomes option 3. Moreover, the rains had been delayed. Let's look at the next question in the series. Let's look at question number 29. Miles Davis, the jazz player dash supremely expressive, didn't have the range or technique to play convincingly in the bebop style. Now, since there is a continuation of how he was supremely expressive, but we see a contradiction from the first and the last part. Therefore, the correct answer becomes though. Since he is identified as a jazz player but didn't have the range or technique, we clearly see though as a contradiction. Thus, the correct answer becomes option 2. Let's look at the next series of questions.